Yeah, it felt good to get kind of the second up in a little bit. Early on, we were just trying to work on getting the slider back going. Early on and so far in camp, I just haven't quite had the feel for the slider yet. And so today took a big stride there, but then it was just like a little quick on the curveball and changeup a little bit. So really was just trying to mix as much as possible. So I think I probably could have attacked more a little bit just heaters because the fastball did feel really good today, but was just really focused on trying to mix some of there. So got into a little bit of some deep counts, but big step forward with the slider today. So
is that a pitch that when you come into camp you kind of feel like usually early in camp you have it, and it's just taking a little bit longer this year, or how has that kind of played out for you in regard to like your progression in camp?
Yeah, usually my slider is kind of my bread and butter, where it's like if I'm behind in counts, like the slider is the one I can really land easily and have the best feel for. Usually we made some like little adjustments with it this offseason that have just taken a minute to just kind of lock in right now as we're getting going, and then so this last bullpen made the adjustment with that, so it's been feeling a lot better.
Do you approach the spring any differently, just considering that you kind of have some big league experience, World Series experience under your belt a little bit?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, you're feeling more comfortable, I guess, coming back into this one as far as just like being around the locker room. Like you're just a little bit more confident coming in. Right now, really, the rest of it though is the same. Just trying to make sure you get everything kind of locked in early, trying to get every pitch kind of like mixed in there so that like you can have the feel for it in any count. So a little bit different, but overall, like the process is the same.
Do you like learn anything about your game, or like how you can attack guys when you go through a pretty full season in the big leagues for the first time? Like, kind of what did you take away from last year?
Absolutely, yeah. So last year, I think I learned a lot just kind of on count leverage and really trying to like how I can attack guys and just kind of understanding the game a little bit more than just kind of going up there and just throwing. And so I think we learned a lot last year just as far as like how to, in different situations, like how to approach it a little bit, and also just got a lot of the confidence of like my stuff does play at this level, so we have that a little bit more to back up as we're coming into this spring.
How do you kind of look at like where you're at in the roster this spring? Like obviously there's so much talent on the pitching staff now. Like can you kind of look at it as like being part of that competition for the last rotation spot? Like where do you kind of see yourself fitting in at this point?
I mean, yeah, obviously I feel very confident where we're at right now. I think more than anything, I'm just trying to focus on my own process of things. I mean, obviously we have such a talented roster. Whatever kind of role ends up fitting for me this year, I think last year I also showed that I can be a little versatile, whether it's long relief or start or kind of whatever is needed. And so just kind of feeling very confident about where we're at right now and just trying to take care of what I can.